When people heard Diddy got over 4 years in jail, the whole music world went crazy. Fans talked, haters laughed, but Suge Knight was the loudest, and he was not happy at all.
Done. I mean, that's the first time in history that a person going to get sentenced and they can actually put on a campaign like they're running for the president of the United States, where they can show videos and pretty much everything. Only thing I was waiting on was the fact that I was waiting on him to bring out the DJ and start playing music and let him do what he do best, dance and shake that ass. And Mike, not cutting you off, but he was an informant for years.
Was you really?
Yeah. That's why when people was like, oh, he's going to run, oh, he's not. So the reason why these type of people get caught up, they always been telling them they're bigger than the law because it's part of the law.
From behind bars, Suge Knight spoke up and said he's seen it all: the streets, the music game, the courtrooms. But Diddy's sentence still shocked him. He said this wasn't real justice. It was just another game being played by the powerful.
And the other side of it is that, well, the sad side of it is that I couldn't believe that not one of his baby mothers came in to support him or testify. And I was surprised by that because that shows a lot about the character. I know if I was on the stand, if I was up there, at least a few of my baby mamas, at least one for sure, will come have something good to say.
Suge knows how the system really works after spending years inside it. So when he saw how easy Diddy got off, it didn't sit right. He thought about his own court day. No cameras, no nice letters, no chance to talk. Just the judge saying a few words, and then boom, his life was done.
I never got the chance to put on a real defense. I had a paid attorney, was fired by the judge to give me a public pretender, and so I could not fire that man. And that man told me that I had to take a deal because I went to trial, I was going to lose. They threatened me to take a deal, and many other people. But that's just how it goes. One thing we got to learn how to do is enjoy your own motherfucking life and fight for yourself. And you don't have to wish bad on others to make yourself better.
Instead of sounding angry, Suge came off calm and thoughtful. He said, Diddy, getting 4 years was still a blessing, because at least his family will see him again. His kids will have their dad back, and his mom can hug him one more time, Suge said. That's something worth being thankful for. But he still called it unfair, because Diddy rich and powerful got easy time, while people who did way smaller stuff get locked away for years with no hope, and no one even remembering them.
So you feel like they took it easy on him, giving him 50 months?
Absolutely. That's probably one of the best deals for decades and decades and decades. This is the first time a black man won without a strong black woman. They wasn't worried about Mandela making all those power moves. It was about his wife making all those power moves. On the chessboard, the king is the most important piece. But the queen is the only piece to move all around the board to make sure the king grows and stay who he is. So he definitely, that's a deal of the centuries, of the decades and decades and decades and decades. You know how many people, you know how many black men doing life? Life was out. Some of them on the real death row. Some of them, a guy who steals a pizza get more time than Puffy. And other attorneys will not fight for a guy who stole a pizza and got life, but they'll fight for the guy who destroyed the women's mind. And it's a situation where anybody can make mistakes. Anybody can do wrong. But you got to be accountable what you did wrong for. But it's a situation where the person step on some shit, some dog shit. They can wipe it on the grass, but they can't see the shit. But that shoe still smells like shit.
Suge made it clear his issue wasn't only with Diddy. He was talking about how the justice system plays favorites when someone got money and fame. He said he's watched so many people without power or fancy lawyers get treated bad. They never get sent to nice prisons with programs or visits. They just disappear in the system like they don't matter.
R. Kelly situation was not bad as Puffy's situation. And they kicked R. Kelly square in his ass. And they gave Puffy a hug.
So you feel that Diddy got special treatment?
It was definitely special treatment. When I was getting sentenced, my mother wanted to speak. My family wanted to speak. And they wouldn't allow no one to speak at all. I wasn't allowed to speak. I wasn't allowed to do nothing. And I don't think anyone else is allowed to do that. I know this. That judge, he didn't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about those women because they feel they was just some, and the script was already written and said. You can tell that when the prosecution didn't go for 20 years or 10 years, they went for 11 years because they know they had no way to win because it was already written to where the outcome was going to be. You can go all the way back. You'll never find no one getting sentenced. They get allowed to make a video of themselves, of their family. They let the judge know why he shouldn't get the punishment he's supposed to get. They can bring up a 2-year-old little girl of his, which we're supposed to always love the kids, and make it about her. What about Cassie kids? What about these other women kids? For the rest of Cassie's life, she gotta walk real.
Suge said, Diddy's fame could make his time easier if he goes to that FCI Fort Dix prison. His lawyers picked since it's more chill than most places with dorms open areas and programs that can help cut time. If you qualify, it's made for people trying to turn things around, but the rules are tight and the system sees everything. And Suge said, we'll see if Diddy can really handle that kind of life when the spotlight's gone.
You think Diddy is strong enough to do 2 years?
I just told you, bro. Kirk Burrows, Lil' Kim. There's a lot of other people in the music industry that done federal time.
Because you told me he was suicidal. That's why I asked.
Everybody's suicidal when they first go to prison. Everybody's suicidal. If you've never been to prison before, you've never been behind bars, everybody's suicidal. Then you get used to it. It becomes your livelihood. You learn how to stay alive. You got a crust of bread in the corner to sleep in. Everything else is a blessing. Yo, it was something that was powerful that Diddy said. He said to the judge, he said, I can't change the past, but I can change the future. As if that he knew if the judge would let him out today, that he was going to do some things that was going to be powerful, whether it's in the industry, whether it was in this new life that he said he was going to do with the drug treatment programs, with the domestic violence. See, that's the avenue that he probably used now. You know what I'm saying? Get into it, because he can't go back to the music industry because he wasn't doing nothing in the music industry anyway. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would have him marketed anything unless it's Astroglide and Baby All. So he can't do the marketing thing right now. So he may be trying to look at the drug treatment programs and setting up different type of nonprofit agencies. You understand? Because them people make a whole lot of money on government grants, federal grants, state grants, city grants. So that might be his new avenue. Because he said he can't change the past. He's recognizing that, and he's going to look to the future. So we'll see. He'll be all right.
When Gene got asked if Diddy might call Trump for a pardon, he didn't even blink. He said Diddy will do whatever it takes to walk out early. Maybe an appeal, maybe a loophole. But one thing's for sure, he won't sit quiet waiting for time to pass.
Think Diddy should try to get a pardon from Trump?
I think that he's going to use every method, whether it's appeals, whether it's Trump. He's going to use every method he can to get out of jail earlier than what he can. He's going to use all his resources to do whatever he has to do. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what he's supposed to do. Don't you think so? He's supposed to use all his resources he can to get out of jail.
You think Trump would do it?
I don't know. Trump is a very vindictive person. And like he said, he didn't say, I used to like the guy, but he didn't say a lot of nice things to me, about me. So if it would come by, if it come by his desk and if something is monetary to Trump and it's his last year, but Diddy should be out before Trump last year. He only gonna do 2 years, bruh. He go 2 years, he go to the halfway house. That's it.
You think Diddy is strong enough to do 2 years?
I just told you, bro.
Then there was this moment when Gene talked about Diddy crying in court, and instead of clowning him, he kept it real. He said everybody who's never been locked up goes through that first shock when you lose control, and it hits your mind hard. He called it the stage when you realize your old life is gone and you gotta adjust. And he even said before that Diddy might not handle it well and could end up hurting himself inside.
You knowing Diddy personally, do you think it's possible he might take his life?
It takes a certain individual to prepare himself to do a lot of years in jail. From the lifestyle that he had, I'm not saying that he can't. I just don't see him able to do time behind bars. Maybe if he be in a camp type situation, that's a possibility. But based on the lifestyle and what he's done and what he's accomplished, if he had to go behind those bars for a lot of years, I think that he may commit suicide. He do an Epstein.
Why do you think he didn't pull a Russell Simmons and leave the country?
They was watching him, bro. They was watching him. And then I think that he had to turn over his passport. Even if you own your own private jet, they have a system up there whereas that they supposed to check your passport and anything that you need to fly as if you were flying commercial. I just got, if I could say one thing to him, in all honesty, don't drop the soap.
When Diddy does get out, what direction you think he should go in?
My personal opinion, when he get out, and if he wants to do anything that is going to give him any kind of recognition or any sense of changing, he should do whatever he learned in those rehabilitation classes with reentry, with drug treatment, with domestic violence, open up some nonprofit agencies that people can get help from, or he can use his platform for doing the right thing by people that has been wrong whether it's in domestic violence or in drug treatment. I think he should go in that route.
What you think about Diddy complaining about the living conditions in prison?
It's prison. He's not the only one in those conditions. You got to realize there's other inmates in that dormitory that has the same and they don't have a commissary that he has. You got to realize they have a commissary and he's going to get the best out of the commissary because he's able to use all the money he got to get whatever in the commissary. And then the people around him, he can put money in their commissary. Have people money in their commissary so they can get double of what they got. You understand what I'm saying?
As Diddy started his time behind bars, the world outside got real emotional. His kids finally spoke up and shared a touching video on Instagram with the words, "We love you." Pops it showed Diddy, not as the superstar everyone knows, but as a dad playing around with his kids, laughing in the house, hugging fans on the street, and even running that big marathon years ago to raise money for charity. The video hit people hard because it showed a softer side of him and reminded everyone that no matter how deep the drama goes, he's still a father with a family that loves and misses him.
What you giving to the world? I don't think you know, man. You gotta give her a bottle. Know that you mean something to people. Know that you mean something to people. Like you live somewhere in people's heart. Thank you. You hear it? You inspire, you energize, and you've left that for the rest of the existence of this planet.
One thing about great producers is they make you want to do better and be better about what you do. And he made me feel like I could do anything and go anywhere.
From New York. I love New York. I love the city of New York. I love the children of New York. I wanted to do something good. I wanted to get my generation in the hip-hop community behind us. They come through in a big way. And we wanted to raise some money for the children of New York City for health and education. We have a huge education crisis. And, you know, this is just a start. It's something we're going to be committed to. I'm going to be committed to for a lifetime. And it's no better way than taking it to the streets. It's a beautiful city running all around. The city's going to be painful. It's going to be rough, but you know, if we get through it, then it'll show kids and everybody else that, you know, finish what you started and you can do anything you put your mind to. And y'all go to public school?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all running to raise money for your schools, so y'all get more books and computers and stuff like that. I just feel like it's important that us, you know, young adults with power, that we look out for y'all. We utilize our power to make sure y'all are right in the future. Put everything you can into your work, you know. Don't think the cool thing is not to do your work. Don't think the cool thing is to hang on the corner with your friends and to talk about stuff that ain't gonna protect your future.
What did you learn about him as a man who was taking up a new sport?
Well, you know, I was actually very impressed. You know, a lot of people think it's just a celebrity stunt, that he isn't serious about his running. He is as serious about his running, has been the last 9 weeks, as a lot of these guys in the lead pack. I mean, he's really devoted and dedicated himself to running. You know, he's had some knee problems, and a lot of people don't think he's going to finish. He is going to finish, even if he has to do it on one leg, because he's raised a lot of money for kids' charities, and he's not going to let all those people down.
Diddy's kids wanted people to see the real man behind all the noise, not the news stories or the courtroom clips, but the dad who worked hard talked about unity and cared for others. His twins were heartbroken during the sentencing, saying they were scared to live without both parents, since their mom, Kim Porter, passed away in 2018, and now their dad is gone too. The video touched so many online fans, showed love and support, while some argued if it was genuine or planned, but what stood out most was that his family hasn't turned their back on him, even with all the pain and chaos around them.
What's up, twins? What's up, man? Pink totems on your head, baby. Pink totems, yo, pink.
Daddy got 4 years. Daddy got 4 years. Are you sad?
How do you guys feel?
Mama Pose. Killing it.
How do you feel, Mom?
How do you feel?
How do you feel? How do you feel, Mom? Are you happy? How do you feel, Mom?
When it was time for the court hearing, Diddy's lawyers came in strong, trying to prove he had changed for real. They said his time behind bars already made him sober, more humble, and even more spiritual. They claimed he was reflecting on his life and ready to do better. They begged the judge to send him to FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey, calling it the perfect place for him to get help fix himself and reconnect with his family. But the judge didn't fully go for it. Instead, he said, the Bureau of Prisons will make the final call on where Diddy ends up, though he did recommend keeping him close to New York so his family can visit easier. But the judge left out Fort Dix completely, which felt like a quiet message that he didn't want to give Diddy exactly what he asked for. Now, people online are saying Diddy's still trying to control the game from the inside using all that secret info and blackmail he's rumored to have on politicians and powerful people to keep things going his way.
Even his leverage, I think Puffy got them tapes, and everybody know Puffy got them tapes. And if they don't let Puffy get off easy, or, you know what I mean, somebody gonna get f***ed up in the end. Somebody, a high power. You know, all these people start dying. Noticing all these Quincy Jones, all these people start dying. Everything since Puffy happened, everybody started dying. T.D. Jakes all of a sudden sick. His whole crew is just getting sick or dying. You dig what I'm saying? It's cold as shit. Yeah. I'm gonna be looking like I'm gonna crack on this bitch. I keep shaking. But yeah, so I mean, if P. Diddy beat this case, Dawn gotta watch her back.
The judge's note was a reminder that fame doesn't make you special. Everyone faces the same system, but rumors say if Diddy gets out early, he might go after the ones who spoke against him, starting with Cassie.
You just gonna up and act like it never happened and go get it to another bitch. That ain't happening. If you think that's gonna happen, because they can't beat you up. So either they try to go to the police, or they burn the house down. You see, she testifying. She want that nigga gone, because she know if he don't go, chances are I'm dead. And it might not happen now. It's going to be something happen in 5 to 10 years. But if Puffy beat this case, that bitch out of there. And if he was smart, he'd stay the fuck away from him. Because, you know.
So you think if he beat this case, he going after Cassie?
Yeah. Well, y'all don't know Puffy. Y'all don't know Puffy. Y'all think this man's some sweet homosexual or something. Like, you costing me everything. He's a malicious person. He's had a mentality of I will not lose for so long. Anybody from the smallest, from the janitor to the CEO, if you did something he didn't like, he has got his revenge. From the janitor to the CEO in the building. He don't care how small you are, you're not gonna play Puffy. And she knows she know what I know. Everybody know. That bitch gonna have to move to south of France. Somewhere. Everybody's scared. The ones who didn't support, the ones who thought he was burnt, they scared. They don't want to see him beat the case.
If things don't go Diddy's way, it looks like his only hope left could be calling in some big favors from powerful friends, maybe even Trump himself.
The president says Sean Diddy Combs has asked him for a pardon.
I have a lot of people have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
Combs is serving a 4-year sentence in a New York City jail on 2 prostitution-related charges. Attorneys for Combs have not commented on President Trump's remarks, but they are asking to move his sentence to a low-security federal prison in New Jersey. ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer is following that story for us. Brian, you say the president could help Diddy get released without a pardon or full clemency. How so?
So it would be the other way around, but he can, in fact. The president has very broad powers in terms of clemency. Clemency being the larger umbrella where both a pardon and commutation could come up. Now, for most people, they make an application to the Office of the Pardon Attorney in the DOJ, but someone like Sean Combs could go directly to the president, or he could just simply hear of him, and he can either reduce his sentence to the point that he can get released, a commutation, or give him.
So tell me, y'all, do you think Diddy got any real chance of getting out? Or is this the end of the road for him? Say what you think down in the comments. If you love all this celeb drama and wild secrets, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay locked in with me right here on Taylor Tells All, because you know, I always got the tea first.